Well, hello, everybody. I hope you're doing well today. Hello, Curious. How are you, my sweet? Oh, I'm so glad you're no catch up crew tonight. Well, somebody else might be catching up. I don't know. So I'm going to count, the catch up crew as being part of the people who watch. Hey there, Mark. How are you doing, sweetie? And Jelly Snack, good to see you. And we have Louisiana Swamp is here. Thank you for joining. And Cherry, how are you doing? You gave me some pink hand waving. I appreciate that. Magical Neb, how are you? And Next Level, thank you so much for being here. I appreciate it so much. And Alps, thank you for joining. I appreciate all you guys are here, and hopefully I got everyone. But if I didn't, let me know and I'll say hi to you. And just so you know, I've been a little bit out of it all day, a bit fuzzy. So if I sound a little bit off, that's probably it. And sometimes, like with the medication I take, I feel like I'm absolutely wonky. And I haven't taken anything today. And I think I didn't take it because I just was feeling just so weird. And then I'll probably take some tomorrow and I'll feel like normal. And then the next day I'll feel weird. It's just really strange like that. Um, how is my pain threshold today? Well, I've got the heating pad thing wrapped around me, so that's good. And I got everything done for work, so that's also good. So I would say that I made it through the day. How's that? Made it through. And I have something that I'm going to be sharing with you. This is not fully operational on the site yet, but I believe it will be. Because I think it's really cool because it's definitely a way to be able to jump around on these videos, to be able to, find different things and find different parts of it. Oh, wow, you got brain fog from the pain? Yeah, nerve meds. Yeah. Yeah, that's where I get. And so I know, like, when I'm at work or even like when I was preparing to do this, I'm just kind of sitting there and I'm just staring. And then I realize, oh, time has gone by. I need to check something just off. Hey, Sam, thank you so much for being here. I appreciate it. Numerically, it's morning, but it still feels like last night. I can understand that. And this morning, when I got up, and I was, I got up later than I normally get up. And I thought, oh, it was going to be night when I took off my little unicorn mask. No, 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 nope, nope. The sun was out. So I rushed outside with the dogs. And I'm like, okay, this is what we're doing. Well, I got dressed kind of, you know, I'm just saying kind of because, I bothered to put on a bra and an actual shirt and some actual pants. So I wasn't running around like in what I slept in, which I've been known to do that. And I'm perfectly fine running around in my PJs all day. Just so you know, there's no shame in that. Chronic pain gang. Yeah, right. That's exactly what we are. Let me get, okay. Oh my gosh. Okay. So this Gatorade is nearly done. I may need to go get another Gatorade during this. Which reminds me, has anybody else had this problem with Gatorade? Because during the workday, I was desperately trying to open up a Gatorade and I couldn't do it. And I'm like, holy heck, what is wrong with me? And then I finally gave up. Then it was, after work. And I'm like, I finally got one open, but I had messaged my husband and he came by and he opened all of the Gatorades for me because it's not like they're going to go flat or anything. And he's like, oh, here, let me do that. I'm like, thank you. Because otherwise he would have heard me complaining, when I could not open it later. So there you go. All right, that's yummy. And I have just the regular, original Gatorade. Those plastic bottles, hate them. Yeah, I know. That's just like really annoying sometimes. I mean, just everything. Oh, stop that with his gift of song. Oh, please. Oh, you guys are funny. Okay. So I'm going to share with you guys something that is, I think will be coming your way, like will be coming to the website. So let me show you this. Can you guys see this? And let me take myself off the screen so you can actually see this pretty well. Here, that's better. Okay. So as you can see, this has like the video is like queued up already because I know what video this is going to be. This is the video of where Ash was speaking last Friday, just so you guys know. That's what's queued up. And you can put in search terms and go right to those spots. And so that's what I am going to do and just demonstrate for you how that works. And I'm going to put in Up Our Game. Let me take out that part. Oh, I didn't. Okay. Up our. Okay, I'll just type it in. And now I'm going to search for how many times was that? So, okay. It goes right to exactly like there's the link to the video where it starts and like where it ends. And it matches the utterance. And you can see that here it is in the text. And now I'm going to play it.
So we would have to update our game and up our game uh, periodically and rapidly. But one of the lessons we've learned is not to share anymore with the public. The very first theme back in the days when we started this, it was exclusive private webinar for the founding members back then. And then that faded out. If you realize now, I'll probably make you think about that. That was a good reason we started doing that because we believed we grew beyond the, allow me to say, intimacy and that close inner circle. We've exploded beyond the borders, and it was hard to keep.
Is anybody else having an issue with the use of intimacy there? Because to me, it just sounds a little bit weird. And that could be just me. But I'm just saying it just sounds a little bit weird. And I don't know. Let me see. Oh, it couldn't tell me right now because I've already. Okay, we'll just listen to this a little bit more and I'll pay attention down here to the time because I wasn't paying attention to it. But we'll see how. We'll just
Things
listen a bit
in
more.
private, uh, unless we keep them actually in private, not to share with some people who might be curious or interested in the details. I personally take this as it's my life. And one statement should make you understand my personality about this business. Nothing is personal, okay? But my character and my attitude toward ONPASSIVE is literally, or at least the concept of ONPASSIVE, literally, hardcorely, do it or die. More than you think.
Oh, the do or die. The do or die thing. That always just it grinds my gears. Oh gosh. Yeah, my website is going to be like the National Archives of OnPassive. Yeah, it's going to have a lot of stuff from OnPassive. It most certainly will. And it will eventually have other stuff from other organizations as well too. So, yeah, there's going to be all kinds of things coming together over time. And all of this stuff that I am sharing with you it is already somewhere else. So even if they try to get rid of it, we already have it. So it's not like they can pretend like this was never said because it's already documented. You know what I mean? It's documented and it's like, okay, well, there you go. All right. So let me show you the next thing. And we can always go back and listen to them a little bit more if you like. Let me see what Sherry said. I think he'll fake his own demise and flee to the UAE or just Dubai. Is this a do or die mission? How is he still alive? Oh my gosh. Yeah, I'm really surprised that nobody has done anything. Ramesh, I'm so sorry if I mispronounced your name. Welcome and thank you so much for joining. I appreciate it. And again, I'm sorry if I did not say your name correctly. I always feel so bad for not saying people's names correctly. And trust me, with a name with my first name, nobody ever said my name correctly growing up. I just got used to it. My friend's father called me Orlando, and after 5 years, I gave up on correcting him. And he was such a sweet man. He was so very sweet. And I'm still friends with his daughter to this day. We just talked the other day, and we call each other Snuggles. It was he kept talking about that. It was very disturbing. Okay, well, would you like me to go ahead and play more from this spot? Because I can, but I have some other things marked that I'm going to share with you guys too. So just let me know, in the chat if you would like me to play a little bit more from here, or if you want me to show you the next thing of how I, like this tool, how I'm using it, or how you will be able to use it. And right now it's only queued up for this one video. Just let me know what your preference is. Sure, it doesn't matter. Anybody else have the preference? Because I'll move on. And we can always come back. Thank you, Lamisa. It's good to see you. Thank you so much for joining. Okay, so let me go ahead and go back to the handy dandy little search thing. Hey, Joe, how are you, sweetheart? Hope you're doing well. And go back to card processing. We're going to look at that. Card processing. Search video, and it comes up here. These are basically, I think it's the same thing. Let's go ahead and check out this one.
Obviously, ONPASSIVE are building in-house card processing system that obviously pay for commissions and to take money for products. Will ONPASSIVE be developing a system for outside businesses to have a card processing system to take card transactions? Is that part of what the in-house system that you're building?
Right, Peter, and that's also it's kind of relevant to what Sherry asked.
Yeah, it was earlier on, but I've been in and out, so I'm sorry I couldn't.
Well,
I didn't get all the questions.
but sure, you have another piece of it, which is for the businesses, and the answer is yes.
Right. Okay, that's great. Perfect. Okay, thank you.
All right, great. So,
and I'll go to the other one. And thank you. I could not do this if it was not for the wonderful people who helped me behind the scenes.
This is to have a card processing system to take card transactions. Is that part of what the in-house system that you're building?
Right, Peter, and that's also it's kind of relevant to what Sherry
Okay,
asked.
so it's going to the same place.
Earlier on. But
all right, I was just checking that out. I was like, is it the same place? Is it a different place? But it's basically the same thing. She did ask a good question, and I think we are going to get there to that too. And I felt like she was kind of blown off, and that really bothered me. I don't know about you guys, but I just didn't like that. I feel like I feel like she's mistreated by the people that she calls, well, I don't know, she calls them her brothers and sisters. That's just kind of like natural for me to say that since so many of them refer to each other as brother and sister. Okay, so we did the card processing. Let me see, the next one is, oh, internal matters. Okay. Let's search. Okay, I did not get anything with that. Maybe I need to put in all of it. Get this part. Okay, nothing is coming up there, but I know I have something that I can share with you that is about that. Oh, goodness, it went right to a it jumped to a Foodie Beauty video that cracked me right on up. I watch way too much stuff about Foodie Beauty. Oh, wait, now she's Miriam. All right. So this is going to be the next one that I will play for you guys, and this is about the agreements.
That was an appropriate question or not. So
Some people just go too deep, and I wish one time I have the life to read my own agreements to go and read.
okay, Julie, is it your turn or you
I
still?
think there is one more question by Dr.
Need
Helene.
to be read and signed.
Yeah, it's
Oh, yeah.
this question is more kind of like a
I just want to say I find it very interesting that Ash is kind of like laughing about reading his own agreements. I mean, shouldn't you be familiar with whatever those agreements are? You know? I mean, I would think that you would need to know what's in your agreements. Limesa says, how come we often don't see the speaker when they use no connect? I don't know. I find that very disturbing. I'm going to think that it's because of how they have the display programmed. And it always is very off-putting to me. And it really kind of freaks me out is that you hear someone, but you don't see them. And I'm just like trained to kind of like look around and see like, well, where is this coming from? Do you guys do that and start trying to see if you can find whoever is talking and then realize you can't? And I guess the good thing about that is we don't have to see that damn snake. You know, that's about it. That's the good of that. It's like, oh, because I can't stand that snake. Let's see. I wonder what a word cloud would look like. Might try it with the notes of that long session. Well, actually, I did see a word cloud. And I don't know if I closed out of that or not. I'll see if we start watching something. I'll see if I can find it because I did see one earlier today. Of all the different things that were said with like key words that were said within a particular video. Oh, I like the pink hands waving from behind the scenes. I like that. And yeah, there is a lot of wind. Yogesh, hello. Thank you for joining. I appreciate it. I had watched this bit already. I found it so bizarre that he dismissed the question about agreements. Yeah, I found it a bit disturbing that he dismissed the question about agreements because it's very important to know what you signed and what's in there, especially after I showed you guys the global structure of ONPASSIVE and like where you're supposed to be getting paid from and where you signed something and how those two things are separate. And so it's like very interesting to me of like just the global footprint of it. Yeah, literally no attendees could see Ash when he was talking. Yeah, I know. That was really weird. And it's like, didn't he notice that? I mean, you would have thought that could have been corrected, and it wasn't. So I just found the whole thing very odd for him to be speaking and not to be able to see him. It bothered me. And I'm presuming it bothered you guys too. Okay.
Private matter, and so I won't read it. But Dr. Helen, if you could.
My answer is I don't care about it. Okay?
Oh, no, you. Okay. Hello,
Why would you care?
feeling.
So I guess that he doesn't care about the agreement. Was that it? Or do I need to go back and find out what that was? Do you guys know? Snake free zone.
Blast each time you come out to speak. We still have pending withdrawals. Are we going to cancel that upon receiving our commission?
Let's talk about old ones.
You're not going to cancel. You're going to receive those. Then they will be marked as successful, from pending to successful, and then you can reload if you have commission. You can initiate another request.
I kind of think that they're kind of trying to find out, when are we going to get paid? And he seems very unbothered about that. And this entire thing seemed to be a webinar about don't worry about not getting paid. If it takes the time that it takes for us to build this fantabulous system. So don't worry about it. It's going to come to you in the future. Just sit back and enjoy the journey. Just those same things. This to me was all about getting people jazzed up again. It was like a pep rally to get people interested and go team, rah, rah. And let's see. So that was that part that I had pulled up. And so now let me go back to the video search tool. Welcome, Amar. I'm not sure if I said your name correctly. I hope you are having a good day. Salami, nice to see you. Very nice to see you. Thank you for joining. Okay, let me see what the next words are for me to. Okay, commissions. Commissions is next. So let me put that in and see where it takes us, what we get to. Maybe I need to take that off. Okay. Well, there were 4 utterances. So you can see that like up here on this map, each time it said, it's right there. And it shows you where it's said. And then down here. So let's listen to each of these. So this one is about 8 minutes. So I'll try to remember these things, but I often, don't stick to their duration. So I apologize for that.
It's dirt cheap, and we're paying commissions. First sale is 100% giveaway. It's like almost a union. Yeah. You're not a genius if you have discovered that, wait a minute, they're giving more than they're taking. This is bad math. It doesn't take a genius to understand that we're not in it for the profit, for the company. You don't need to be with us a century. Okay, you could be with us a couple of days and know that we give more than we take. Uh, we would love to give more. That's our character, and that applies on the pay structure. I thought there's a better way for the global economy. I believe there's a better, more fair structure. I know it ticks off so many uh, systems. I'm not doing trade with systems. I do commerce with God.
Oh, good
I do
Lord.
what I believe is good. I do trade with God, and I'm happy with what.
Okay, it bothers me so much when he brings religion into this. And it also bothers me when he says anything about God, because it's like, well, which God are you talking about? Are you talking about the Christian God? Because to the people in the US, that's what's going through their minds, you know? Is this the Christian God? But meanwhile, he's focused only on, the Arab part of the world and just a small portion of that world, which is not Christian. So it really is just kind of has me going like, so what does he exactly mean when he says that? And are the people in the US getting all jazzed up about it? And are they going to then find out like it was never intended for them? He's got a generic God. um, is it weird that the person speaking isn't on screen? Yeah, we've talked about that. Yes, it is curious. It bothers me. Commerce with God. Oh goodness. It is all profit when they have not paid any commissions. Yep, it is all profit. What's more helpful? What's more helpful? Rod Blend Live or Alonda's tool? Oh, thank you so much for that jelly snack. Well, we do try to put out some things that will be helpful and, tools that people can use to help them. And right now, this is not something that everybody has access to, obviously, because I'm sitting here demoing it for you. And it is built with AI, just so that you know. This is something that is built with AI. It's a large language model that was trained on passive language. And there are thousands of hours of on passive videos that it's been trained by. So that's why it's able to like pick out these things. So this is AI working for us.
What I'm doing. I'm a believer. I'm a strong believer, and I think I don't need to get validation or approval. It is necessary not to break the law. It is necessary to uh, comply by the regulations. It is essential to me to play by the book. That's the first thing I thought endorsing from the early stages when I decided I want to build this new revolution.
And yes, this is what actual AI looks like. It functions and it was trained, all of that stuff. And, to quote Marty, pretty cool. It's pretty cool. I don't know why I had to say it in that voice, but I just did. I just felt like I had to. Hey there, Angel. How are you, sweetheart? Thank you so much for joining. You're going to love what I'm going to share with you. But I'm going to finish up here. I think I'll play a few more minutes of this and then we'll see the other ones. Is this Ash saying why he's not the CEO? No, it's not. It's not. I'm actually showing you guys a tool that is not yet implemented on my site, but will be, that is built with AI. And you can put in different text and pull that up, and it will take you exactly where it is in the video, which I think is pretty damn cool. And that was Alonda saying it, not my impression of Marty. The other one wasn't my impression of Marty. I was just using a weird voice.
ONPASSIVE is a done deal. No, it's not a done. It's so done deal. And any product that you have, I have a backup for it. I have multiple uh, versions of it, different teams that they're totally different. I'm at the luxury where I'll be able to pick the best of the best. Some I have multiple choices.
Okay, you know what? This makes absolutely no sense. I was, speaking to someone in the tech field about this. And when something is initially being built, it might make sense to have a couple of teams working on something. And then usually they come together and they go in one direction. But they're not doing that 5.5 years later, still trying to, have teams build it. Because if he were actually having different teams working on it like he claims, that would have been done at that time. And I would have thought he would have been talking about that throughout this entire time, this buildup before the release, about all of these other teams, all these people working on this. And he chose the best. Because why would he put out something that wasn't the best? Because he's often said you only have one opportunity to make an impression to the public. And since he released this to the public, what do you think that impression is? What do you think they think about him and ONPASSIVE? Hello, welcome. I'm not going to be able to say your name correctly. Raul Shabib. I'm so sorry, but welcome. Thank you for joining. And I apologize for not being able to say your name correctly. Hey, Critical Thinker. I am so glad you're here. Thank you. Thank you for joining. Love to see the list of products that Ash has said that OP has that have not come to market. Oh gosh, yep, Lamisa. All right, let's I will now show this because I want Angel definitely to see this because she is in the tech world. So that you know, this will be made available. It's not available on my site right now, but you will be able to use this. It's a video search tool where you can put in different terms and then search for it. And this kind of little map thing down here shows you where it occurs within the video. And then each instance here is linked to where it happens in the video. And you can just go to that part. Like we were listening to this part. I'm going to come down here to this one, and it's going to go boom, and it's going to go right on the same screen.
And to take money for products. Will ONPASSIVE be developing a system for outside businesses to have a card processing system to take card transactions? Is that part of what the in-house system that you're building?
Right, Peter, and that's also it's kind of relevant to what Sherry asked.
Yeah, it was earlier on, but I've been in and out, so I'm sorry I couldn't.
Okay, we've heard this before.
But sure, you have another piece of it, which is for.
We've heard that before. So let's try this one.
Make sure that OConnect is out the first in the upcoming official release, and then
wait. The upcoming official release. Then what was September 1st? That was a release to the public. So, I mean, is he trying to like just gaslight people into believing that it hasn't actually been released to the public? And just getting them to go along with like, oh, it's never actually been released to the public. So, we can't sell it to the public. I mean, like, I am really confused about that. Rewriting history, that's what it really feels like. And that's why this kind of tool will be helpful, because you'll be able to go back to different videos and look for when things were said. And again, like I said, even if they were to get rid of all of these videos, they're already housed elsewhere. This is the commercial release all of a sudden. But that was, the commercial release, right? To the public. When you release to the public, isn't that the commercial release? Or do I not know what a commercial release is? Am I misinformed? Because if I am, I'm fine with that. I'm fine with you telling me, no, that was not the commercial release because of this reason. I'm fine with you guys correcting me, But to me, that was, hey, we're putting it out there for the world. So that was commercial release. But, maybe we don't know anything, and maybe his version of history is right and mine is completely off. I don't know. But let's just keep on going and listen to him some more.
Get the others get unstuck. So everything seems to be lined up strategically just after this first step, which is OConnect official release, clearing out the withdrawals, and then opening with more payment processors and move on to more products.
Okay, I have a question here. Will this tool work against multiple videos or search through one video at a time? Right now, it's searching through one video. Will it be able to do multiple videos? I'll have to get back to you on that, because I'm not the person that developed this. So I have to go back, behind the scenes and ask my people about that. So, we can find out, but hopefully that it would be able to do that. I think it's really interesting. What I want to look at really is how language changed over time by Ash and also by founders. I think it's really interesting to see the transition of like key times of like when words started to be used and when other words stopped being used, and how to really kind of categorize that sort of stuff, because I look at it just as I would if I were doing an ethnography as an anthropologist and I was doing participant observation. Oh, I actually have something that's the history of the word chillax. Like he thought that was like, just made up. It's like, no, it's been around. Oh my gosh. I mean, that killed me, Jelly Snack. That absolutely killed me. Oh, you're welcome, Mark. You're so welcome. Yeah, he's acting like there will be an official release of No Connect. Another, yeah, that's really bothering me, because it's like, but you already did that. You already did that. You rushed on that. And so now you're trying to pretend like that never happened? Curious says, I remember when the first release was late, everyone was saying, we only have one chance to get this right. Boom, there you go. Exactly. Exactly. And now they're all pretending like that never happened. It's like the most bizarre thing. It's like, Ash acts like it never happened, and now everybody else is like, la, 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 never happened. And it's just like bizarre to me. Just absolutely bizarre. Okay. Play some more of this.
if that makes sense. So that kind of like combined two, three questions in one.
Oh, did it?
Perfect. Thank you. Could you brief us on Egypt, Africa, Arab event, and how can we help include countries that did not attend or benefit from this event?
Uh, More of an O media area. So there are two things there that I would say more, but primarily I would say they're more striving for better technologies, AI, education, and media. Those are the areas that are primarily all those countries have in common, and some, not just limited to Africa. However, some of these summits, what they do is um, they uh, exchange information and see how they can collaborate for some of the companies where they can help them advance or at least align with the rest of the world. So that is the goal. So yes, we are not limited to the countries that have attended, and there's no restriction for who can do that. And politics is involved as well, and countries, regimes, and all of that. But for us, uh, we're we don't say no to anyone, and I think we have more work than we could ask for.
Welcome you back. I can't, I'm so sorry. I cannot say your name, but
Thank
you
you.
just gave
Thank you so much.
4
Thanks,
pink
Judy,
hands
for reading
waving.
that.
Welcome.
We
Thank
go
you
to
for
Lori,
joining.
please. Then we go to Ivy and then Oliver.
Hi, Ash. I'm real excited about the medical things that are going to be coming through on passive and stuff. And I was wondering, would on passive do like a medical insurance in the future that, it'd be a lower cost or um, implemented in medical doctors and things?
If I tell you my objective for this target and purpose tonight, I'll be assassinated. I think that should give you the answer.
Okay.
Okay, I'm just going to come back and say I find it so terribly odd that it's like he wants to be everything to everyone. And to me, when you try to be everything to everyone, you're nothing to no one. You can't be everything. You shouldn't try to be everything. And it's almost like if anybody brings up, I don't know, let's see, probiotics for your dog, probiotics for your cat, probiotics for animals, he's going to have an answer for that. Anything somebody comes up with, he's going to have an answer. Hey, Yippee, how are you doing? Um, is it true that Egypt needs more media? General Sissy will love more free media in Egypt. Say goodbye to world hunger. Say goodbye to everything, because on passive is fixing everything. That was an older lady, and he just disrespected her. I mean, and that's the thing, is that so often he does do that, and nobody ever seems to call him out on the fact that he does. You know, it's like they're afraid to say, like, that doesn't sound right, or Ash, that wasn't very nice to say that. It's like they're afraid of him. They're afraid of him being displeased with them. And so they don't say anything. Kind of sounds like a dictator to me. I don't know about you guys, but to me it just kind of feels like very dictatory. Okay, let's go here.
Make sure that O Connect is out the first in the upcoming official release. and then
Dude,
that will
for him to say again, the upcoming official release, you are, oh, okay, this is going to drive me nuts. And every time he says it, when I play it, I'm just going to say it's driving me nuts. It already happened. And you are, who said it was Insolent Violet said it was like using that thingy from Men in Black to erase memories. That's what it feels like with the founder touch. He's holding something up and going zap from their memory so they just don't remember that it was already released, or other things that he says that it already happened, or that the timeline passed. So strange.
get the others get unstuck. So everything seems to be uh, lined up strategically just after this first step, which is OConnect official release, clearing out the withdrawals, and then opening with more payment processors and move on to more products, if that makes sense. So that kind of like combined 2-3 questions in one.
And Mark, you said that he's the cult leader. Don't challenge the cult leader. And that's exactly kind of what I want to look at by examining the words used over time, and being able to classify people into like different kind of little categories with the words used, and how the words used both by Ash and by founders changed over time. And I think that we will be able to almost like be able to build a timeline of it. And tomorrow I'm going to be speaking to Bill Keep. I don't know if you guys know who Bill is. He's now retired from teaching, but he also helped put on the conferences that I spoke at in the past 3 years. And he is that served as an expert witness on many cases. So we're going to chat tomorrow because I want to be able to write about this and have that published, because I think it can really show so much, because we just have so much data from it. When ONPASSIVE gets rolling, animals will stop having to eat other animals. Oh, wow. Okay, let's keep going a little bit more.
Perfect. Thank you. Could you brief us on Egypt, Africa, Arab
Okay, we've
event
already
and
heard
how
that. We've already heard that Egypt, Africa part, right? Let's go and see the last bit, which would be this one.
question by Dr.
Need
Helene.
to be read and signed.
Yeah, it's
Oh, yeah.
um this question is more kind of like a private matter, and so I won't read it, but Dr. Helen, if you could
My answer is I don't care about it. Okay?
oh no, you okay. Hello,
Why would you care?
That's something what we heard earlier too.
feeling blessed each time you come out to speak. We still have pending withdrawals. Are we going to cancel that upon receiving our commission?
Let's talk about old ones.
You're not going to cancel. You're going to receive those. Then they will be marked as successful, from pending to successful, and then you can reload if you have commission. You can initiate another.
Yeah, we did hear that already. And Damar's coaching. Hello, how are you doing? Thank you for joining. And they say that a cult member's biggest fear is exile from the cult. And yeah, I know that. And having been in one myself, I definitely understand the fear of what you say and what you do not meeting approval of anything that you say, like people kind of side-eyeing you. I totally get that. He says, I'm feeling blessed. Yeah, the whole thing of like being blessed in his presence and all of that is something that whenever I hear it, it just makes my skin crawl. And it makes me worry for people even more because I see how attached they are to whatever he says at any given moment in time, because it can change and they'll go with it. They just follow along whatever this man says. And typically, these type of leaders are extremely charismatic and are extremely good at public speaking, and that just is not the case with this guy. He seems to always be fumbling for what to say, and those darting eyes when we do see him, he never seems like he has a plan at all. He never has any talking points. He's just like making it all up on the fly. And I think he wants people to think how brilliant he is, that he doesn't need to have any written talking points because he's so smart, he can just hold it all in his head. No, he's just making shit up. That's all that it is. Making shit up. Okay, so now let me go to the next part. I'm going to look up. Oh, Chris McNair, because I know Chris got in there and they were not pleased, which I just think is comical. We allow everybody, unless you're a naysayer. Okay, here we go.
You want the name?
Yeah.
Chris McNair.
No, like text it. So, or
I sent you the whole message.
While y'all are doing your text thing, John White, go ahead and speak for us.
hi, John.
Can't hear you, buddy.
In the meantime,
Can you hear us, John?
it looks
And Harry, thank you for joining, but please do not use all caps. That is rude, and you're welcome here, but if you're going to be rude, we don't need that. Okay? You're welcome to join us. You're welcome to hang out. Just don't be rude. Bad, Chris. Bad. Yeah. Yeah, I know you wish you could see what was in the chat.
it's frozen to me.
No, he's moving. I can see he's just skinny.
Maybe that's it.
Lost a lot of weight.
He has.
John, can you speak? No, we can't hear you, buddy.
We heard him slightly. Yeah. Speak up,
Oh, did
John. Is that him or somebody else?
think somebody else asked.
It was him, Mr. Ash, but I think his internet is, because for me it looks frozen, so he might.
Oh, goodness. So here is another one of those instances of somebody having difficulty trying to ask a question. And for whatever reason, because they were on OConnect, it's not functioning the way that they would expect it to. So that's fantastic. And yet, hey, this is the best product. But now see, Ash is trying to walk that back because there never really was that release in September. That's your imagination, apparently. Okay. What else do I have to look up? Naysayers. And and one utterance of it.
And doing it politely, respectfully, then maybe someone else is going to follow you. But if you don't lead yourself properly, or you're, like you said, Ron, somebody's entitled, or they just want to have a free lunch, you're not a leader. Leaders should
That's
be
right.
able to take a bite out of their mouth and feed it to somebody else.
Exactly. But I think you've covered a lot of issues tonight that people have been wondering about. And I'd like to say something about the police summit. That is something that really got my motor running when I heard that news. I'm still excited about it. The only thing that could excite me more if I was standing at the ONPASSIVE booth over there, telling people that I'm a retired law enforcement officer and ONPASSIVE is my company. And for all the naysayers, we have, and all the bashing that ONPASSIVE has taken, I can tell you from experience that if you're not legit, law enforcement will have nothing to do with you other than investigate you. They wouldn't have you standing beside them, sponsoring them, and doing their media. So that should say a lot to the public, the people that are looking into ONPASSIVE, people that have not joined us in ONPASSIVE, that we're the real deal, and it's a done deal.
Okay, so Ron is a former cop, and I think it's one thing to talk about police departments within your country, and even within the area where you live, because things change a little bit from place to place. Someone suggested me to watch something called ONPASSIVE Deep Dive to see Dr. Benny. I checked it out, and the level of nonsense was higher than I expected, even for ONPASSIVE standards. Yeah, Benny is something else. Good morning, Hari. Hope you're having a good day. Maybe you're having coffee or tea right now. I believe there was a connection between Scientology and LAPD. Yeah. There actually was, Louisiana. I remember reading about that. But my point is that what we have seen so far has nothing to do with any of the police departments here in the U.S. And in the U.S., police departments will know about the SEC, the case. They will be able to find that out. They're able to look up things, obviously, that, like we can't. And so I don't think that it is all that impressive, because we are also talking about different areas of the world where I would not be surprised if there are people on the take. And if you're on the take, I mean, that doesn't justify salsa. Sorry, guys. Salsa. It's okay. It's okay. It's okay. Sorry. She heard something, but I've got her so she's not running off. Oh, wow. Just Breezy. She's covered some of the live streams from LA. Really? Wow. He's separating out the corporate type products from the company will get all the proceeds. Founders will only get commissions from single users. Interesting. No steamship so far, as I know, nobody has gotten their commissions yet. It's almost like that they've been prepped to not expect them anytime soon. I mean, at least that's kind of the impression that I got from what everything that occurred last Friday. You know, maybe I'm wrong, but I'd be surprised if anybody gets any commissions anytime soon.
And the police departments all over the world are showing us that. So congratulations on that. That is a milestone that not a lot of people can accomplish. So kudos to you and your media team and your tech team for proving to people like that we are on top of the world. And look out, because we're not done yet. So again, I'd like to thank you for your time that you spent with us tonight. We pray for you. We pray for your family. We're glad that your son comes up with these slogans, because he does a good one. I still like.
Oh gosh. Okay. The slogan again. It's like, okay, all of these people have never heard Chillax. I'm going to have to find that and share it with you guys. I've got to think where I put it. I think I remember. On the next one, I'll try to really like not say much so I can dig around. Let me see. Was there anything else? You just had one. Yeah. Okay. So next up, tracker. Okay. Sherry asked this, and I felt like she did get kind of cut off. I just really didn't like the way how Ash responded to her. There was something about it that really bothered me. And okay, that's not showing up there, but I have a link to it. If I can get down to my little note thing. Okay.
Sherry, this way. Do you have your mic?
Hello, everybody. Hi, Ash.
Hello, hello.
How are you guys doing?
Fired up.
Perfect. Yes, me too. So, my question has to go like this. You talked about in the past the debit cards and India being the first part of that. Are we close to that happening? And then are we past the hurdles that are from the other countries, independent ones?
Thank you, Sherry. Okay.
If you're able to.
So there are no hurdles in the other countries, to be specific. It's a process. It takes time.
Okay, process.
Okay?
Yeah, that's right. Process.
And for India, it's just about ready. Okay, it's just about ready. Tentatively, it was supposed to be end of February, actually, not March. I would assume a couple more weeks we should have a good clarity on that. That is India, but also we have other programs in Europe. Europe is covered, by the way, and some North American countries as well. It's a very, very sophisticated and complicated process. Lots of bureaucracy and regulations and approval documents. But everything is moving fine. There's no hurdle on that. It's just a matter of time.
Okay, thank you very much. I have another question, but I'll let somebody else go because I don't have it
you,
ordered
Sherry.
correctly. Thank you.
Thank you,
What
Sherry.
is that like? Like I'm gonna let you be tortured by guilt? Like I have something, but
Well,
just say it, Sherry. Go ahead. Yeah.
just say it. Okay. Well, I have quite
I'm
a
not
few
gonna
more.
sleep anyway. India's gonna wake up in a
Okay, perfect. So, I was curious to know about You talked about the tracker thing a while back, and I don't know if that's something you can elaborate on. You know, that always has my interest all in so many ways. Um, so I don't know if that's something you can still elaborate on, because I know you guys were working on. Well, I know there's two trackers. One's like a little device thing, and one's the tracker that the cops and all that kind of people, for earthquakes and all that kind of things. So I was just wanting to know how that is moving along, if you can elaborate on those or not.
It's a big project. We are working on multiple devices. Okay. Some have been achieved, and again, not satisfactory to me. The size was an issue. So it's usable, but I'll be happy to give it away. Anyway, I have other projects in the pipeline, but I'm going to break down the objective to you without getting into the names and status of each. So there is the digital tracking, the web
Yes.
tracking, which is O-Tracker. We have that. As a part of that will be included. Obviously, there are different scales, okay? And we base so many AI features based on that because it gives you a lot of information. But some devices, you got valuables
Mhm.
to the point where your wallet, your mobile phone, you could have a tiny, tiny invisible piece of, we're not going to say what it is, okay? That is able to track it just in case it's shut down when it's offline, because some smartphones or most smartphones come with that capability. But in case it's turned off, or you have something, data or something important, or if it's completely offline, all right? So it's not going to be able to trace that. So we have that, valuables, including devices like your laptop, your mobile phone, and those are targets, okay, for theft, for you can misplace them, and of course, larger objects and valuables such as vehicles. Want to be able to track them offline, okay, and so that is revealing for something like a live GPS. That is another part of uh, O-Tracker, the digital one, to have it on a live map, just like Uber Eat and the different maps, or Uber and Lyft and all of those applications. Um, Perhaps, and there is also personnel tracking, children,
Yeah.
women, and
Yes.
soldiers. Don't tell anybody, okay? I didn't say that.
Yes.
But
They
they're,
just don't.
they're different devices for different
Yeah.
purposes. So we have
Yes.
a number of projects are going on, and they're all under the umbrella of the O-Tracker department. O-Tracker
Gotcha.
is ready, you understand, and it's at the level we have it now. It's beyond GA, Google Analytics, and mark my word on that. Ash Mufareh on March 1st, still March 1st here, is saying that O-Tracker at the level of, as of now, it is more valuable than Google Analytics. Time will
Wow.
tell. Yes,
Wow.
at the level as of it now. Of course,
Perfect.
for dirt of the cost.
Of course. Nothing but value here in non-passive with heart. Thank you so much.
Thank you. That's for the
Thank you.
bonus question. That's what we do.
Yes, thank you so
Thank you,
much. I
Terry.
appreciate it.
Thank you. So Terry has a question, but we have Julie Wen read the question if you.
All right. I have some other things to share with you guys too. I didn't quite find what I was looking for, but I did find some things, and one of them is just about chillax. And I want to make sure you guys can see that okay. Which, I'm just have to go over it. We just have to look at it. But I want to say that it happened in the late 90s, and this one says the 2000, like year 2000. Oh, here it is. Okay, from August 1992. That's what I was thinking of. Exactly. From slang, it's a way of life. Right here is yesterday I was chillaxing at the crib, having a blend session and getting the latest scoop from my dirty dog. Blah, 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 blah. So here it is, this whole thing about chillax. And I'll put this link in there. I just find it fascinating that they're acting as if this is the first time anyone ever said chillax. And Ash is all proud with, it's made by chill and relax, chillax, and acting like it's just so impressive. And his boy came up with it. And he's sitting there bald-faced lying because it didn't. And there's the link to what I just showed you. I'm positive I remember chillax from the 90s. Yeah, same angel. Yeah. So it's not like it's, wow, this is brand new. And they're all acting like, oh, again, the emperor is naked, but nobody dares say so. Right, his boy probably heard it from one of his friends' Gen X parents. That's like when Rachel Hollis discovered car washes. He talks so much crap. He should have been a politician. Yeah. He can sure talk some crap. Just making up all kinds of things. So I wanted to show you that. And then there's something else that I found I wanted to share with you too. And it's this. Okay, I wanted to just make sure that I had it pulled up. Because you know how they like to always put down Zoom? Well, this is the uptime history. And this is like the last 365 days for an entire year. And if I scroll down, it tells us uptime status is normal, no recorded incidents, minor impact, recorded incidents, no user impact, low, medium, severity impact, recorded incidents have a low to medium user impact ratio, and then high severity impact, recorded incidents have a high user impact ratio. And this is for the year down here. And look, it's like, okay, this pretty much is like in the green. And there was this little thing like in Australia, didn't last very long. And that's the thing too, that these things are not lasting for like hours on end or days or anything. Zoom phone, okay, this right here, and so with Zoom phone, yeah, under an hour. And this is with outbound regions. Let me see. Frankfurt, Amsterdam, and some US regions. And obviously, it's like it didn't impact anyone to the point where people were freaking out and it made the news. So there's this one, and then there is another one. Hang on just a second, if I can actually go back to where I'm trying to get to. And I can't remember where the other one was. So I have two for Zoom, two links that I wanted to share with you guys. And I can't think of where I got the other one, where I put it. Oh, maybe I put it over here. Did I put it here? No, I did not. Okay. Well, the last one that we have to look at is something that Niraj said. So let me share with you guys again. Okay, so I'm going to look for. Okay, I have a link for it because it did not pull up there. And like I said, this is still being worked out. So I will share this with you guys.
It's important. Let's say you're typing "oh mail" and you have like half a page. Something happens. Let's say your internet connection goes down. You don't want to lose that. So it should auto save. All right. Hope this helps.
Great. So looks like Charles has a comment to make, but we go to Niraj. Niraj has a question and hopefully a question. And then we go to Charles. Niraj, please.
First of all, thank you, Minu, and thank you, Ron, for the invitation. And yes, it's a question and it's a related question. So, my first question, sir, is about the bulk payments. Like, my question was, is the test complete of 100 people? And if yes, then the other payments, from which email are they coming? Because a lot of people are getting spams, or not understanding whether it is a spam or it is related to the same. So if you could throw some light on that.
I'm glad. Thank you so much, Neeraj. That's a good question. I'm glad we're aware of it. Okay. Um, in general, don't ever pay money to get money. If somebody's trying to uh, abuse your email by saying pay this because you're gonna get that, don't ever pay that. ONPASSIVE doesn't ask you to pay money by email. Okay. And if anything happens, we will always give you heads up to that. You can only just use your cart from the main marketplace. That's how you can subscribe to our product, and that's the only way. So we don't send email, we don't put a pop-up or Facebook or Ash is like collecting. None of that is genuine. All of it scam. You see the headline, delete, don't read. I would never ask you for money. I don't even access Facebook. I don't use it. I'm not going to send you an email to ask you for money. Not the company is going to do that. There's a marketplace, proper shopping cart, checkout through the system. That's the only way. All right. Don't respond to anybody. Nobody's going to collect money on our behalf. Now, the bulk mail had some issues. That's why we had to pause it. So we had issues. We paused it, and if all goes well with the backup plan, we might not need to send that email. It will be through or verify in the back office. So we bypass sending that link by email. It was a little bit, I would say, inconvenient and difficult. It's not user friendly. And for that reason, we paused it. The truth, okay? And the second or the next upcoming one, the bulk mail, rather it will be handling all in one, without having to go through the scale.
Now, when it came out in September, didn't he tout how amazing it was and how perfect it was and how this was the best system ever for video conferencing? But now he's basically saying, oh, it's crap. I find that strange. So then he's admitting he sold the founders an inferior product. And he knows that they paid for an inferior product. How would that make you feel if you're a founder and you paid like over $200 for it? How would you feel? I mean, that would make me pretty angry. I think that's pretty shitty myself. Yeah, I have one other thing. I found what I was looking for, so I can share it with you. All right. This is something that Zoom has, and it is Zoom service status. And it's amazing. You can subscribe to it for updates. You can see what all is going on, just like that other one that I showed you. And you can go here and everything is operational. Let's see, the contact center in Latin America. Oh, look, everything's good. Everything's good. Everything's good. Doesn't look like there's a problem anywhere. And, if there is anything, look, scheduled maintenance. They let you know about it. And so if people have questions, they can come here. Ash hasn't put anything out like this about if there's updates or if there's going to be outages or anything like that. Wouldn't you think that he would want people to know this type of information? And aren't you kind of wondering why this type of information right here and the other one for Zoom that I showed you, which I can bring that one back up. And here is the link to this. And it is just status.zoom.us. And I will drop that in the chat for you guys. Hello, Felicia. I don't know if I said that correctly or not, but hello and welcome. I hope you're having a good one wherever you are. And the other one that I already showed you, which I will bring that one up again, that ONPASSIVE hasn't built anything like this to provide information for people. Okay, and this is the uptime status, uptime history. So it tells us up here, this page provides historical uptime status information for services offered by Zoom. To view the current status of the services listed below, or if you are experiencing a service disruption, please visit status.zoom.us. And that's the link I just put into the chat. The global metrics shown on this page reflect service uptime for all Zoom users and do not indicate a service disruption for any particular customer account or individual user. This page is for informational purposes only and does not form part of any terms or conditions of supply. So yeah. Again, there it gives you like what you can read by this about, what does this mean? And you can mouse over this and you can see like, okay, everything is fine here. What's this over here? Okay. And then you get time and everything. So I will put this again in the chat for you guys. So if you want to refer to that. So anytime that you start hearing them poo-pooing like Zoom and stuff, use these links and remind yourself you can go find information. You can go see if there was an outage. And if there was an outage, what was that outage? How long did it last? And you can also go see what they have in place to overcome what that outage was, what caused it, and how they are going to ensure it doesn't happen again. Wouldn't you think that Ash would want to put that out on his products or the product? Oh, curious artist. Love you. But OConnect doesn't need this because it's flawless. Well, that's what Ash sold everybody on, but now he's saying like, oh no, it's not really working. It's not user friendly. Oh, basically he's saying it's crap, which I find interesting and comical. But maybe that's just me. I don't know. OConnect doesn't have this as it's not been released yet. Well, what happened on September 1st? It was released. Should have this. And I'm going to let's stop that. And you just get my little face again. Alrighty. So that's what I wanted to share with you guys tonight. I know there are some other things that I have too, and I will let you know when this tool is implemented and when it can do more than one video, if it can do more than one video, if we're able to do multiple videos and how many videos it can do at one time, just that kind of stuff. But for now, I think it's pretty awesome that it was connected to the AI was connected to one particular video and we are able to look through it just using different keywords and look at what Zoom offers in regard to cross-linking services. I don't think I've looked at that yet. That wasn't on anything that I looked at, was it? I don't think it was. Don't confuse me. I don't think it was on this stuff. Alrighty, you guys, I want to say thank you for everyone who participated in the chat. I want to thank all my subs, all of my channel members, and also my patrons. Thank you very much. And for the replay crew and the catch-up crew. Whoop, whoop for both of you guys. I appreciate, those who are catching up and those who watch the replay. I appreciate all of you. I appreciate anybody who leaves a comment, anybody who is just watching and is too shy, doesn't want to leave a comment or anything. I understand that. It happens. Or, come back and leave a comment. Maybe something caught your eye and you wanted to digest it, whatever. Anyway, I appreciate it. And don't forget, you're beautiful and I love you. Until next time, have a good one wherever you are in this world. Good night, everyone.